We just love simple food now. We taste things. And I love what I eat. I have so much more energy. I don't take naps anymore. I have more energy. I've lost 40 pounds since doing this, so I feel great. I was 5 years old when I got diagnosed with type 1, so I don't really remember life without diabetes. I remember even at 5, I very much wanted to take control myself. I did not want to be told what to do. I didn't want to have my parents inject me with insulin. I was like, I'm going to do it myself. So my parents were good about that, but I think that also led to my diabetes being out of control because I didn't want to be told what to do. I didn't want to be different. So it wasn't until my teen years that it got really bad. And that's when I just would eat what I wanted, inject whatever, and move on with life. So I didn't really want to be different from the other kids. So that's when things really started to get out of hand, was in my teens. I'd never told people that I was diabetic because I didn't want people to be like, oh, you can't eat that, or should you be doing that? That just sent me through the roof. It made me very angry. And it wasn't until I got married and then went to the ophthalmologist and he noticed there was blood behind my eye that I started to take things seriously. So my A1C after that improved a little bit, and then the bleeding went away and things were better, but it still wasn't controlled. It was still a roller coaster. It was still frustrating. So I was like, there's something that's got to be done that I can get control, because I was counting carbs and I was, eating the typical diabetic diet and still would have, 300s and then 30s. And I mean, it was just crazy. So I just started doing research myself online, stumbled across Mastering Diabetes, and then we watched Forks Over Knives and we started going vegan. And that definitely was an improvement, but I was still frustrated because I was like, I'm doing what I'm supposed to and my numbers are all over the place, but I didn't know about the fat in my diet. So then it was when you guys made it affordable for me, for more people, that I talked to my husband and he was like, yes, you should do this. And that was last September that I started doing this, and huge improvement from the standard American diet or the standard diabetic diet to vegan, high fat, to the whole foods, plant-based, low fat. Huge difference between those three things. When I was eating just the regular way, I was on the insulin pump, and I would take about 120 units a day. So, and I knew that I was doing 5 units per 15 grams of carbs with that. And then when I went just regular vegan without watching the fat content, it was about 80 to 100 units a day, where now I eat probably on average about 350 to 400 carbs a day, and I take 40 units of insulin a day. And that's with my Lantus, which is the long-acting, and my fast-acting insulin. That's combined. It is awesome. So now my breakfast, like I do about 15 to 1. Breakfast that's where that's at, but dinner's like a 30 to 1 ratio. So it's just like, I'm so sensitive now compared to what I was back then. And now I can pinpoint exactly, oh, I ate this and now this is having this effect, where before it was just kind of, I would inject and like, I hope this works. And now I have a lot more control. It's awesome. The biggest thing that I've learned is I would always get in trouble with my doctors for not documenting. They would always be like, we need to see your numbers. And I hated writing them because I hated seeing failure. I hated seeing, okay, well, this obviously isn't working, so why even document it? Where the team has really taught me decision trees are vital. I still hate them, but doing them has really helped me, because then I can see exactly what I eat and how it affects me. I was so sick because even though I was not eating meat, I was still eating a lot of fat. And what a day looked like for me was I would wake up exhausted, get up, go to work. I did driving for work. I would have to pull over and take a nap because I was so tired. Came home, I'd eat lunch, take a nap, go pick up my husband from work at 5, come home, cook dinner, take a nap, wake up, go to bed. That's what my days were looking like. And I was like, I'm eating what I thought I was supposed to eat. Why is it like this? So then when we started doing this, because my husband does it with me, I was like, I am ready to jump all in because I'm so sick of being sick. I'm so sick of feeling this way. So when I started eating this way, I wasn't afraid of carbs because I already from all the reading I've done, all the research I've seen, I knew it was worth it. I just was like, there's a piece I'm missing because it's not working for me. And it was the fat content. We just love simple food now. We taste things. I cooked something for my parents and they were like, this is kind of bland or this isn't sweet enough. And to us, it tastes delicious because our taste buds have been retrained. And I'm grateful for that because now like really high salt things is disgusting to us, or really high sugar type things. It just doesn't taste good anymore. So it's not even worth it. Breakfast is always fruit, which I love. Right now, mangoes are on sale. So I have a table full of mangoes. So I'll eat mangoes for breakfast, or my other go-to is bananas, apples, and dates with cinnamon on top. That's my favorite, and some greens on the side because that really helps with the blood sugar spiking. It helps me be more even. Lunch is a lot of times baked potatoes or sweet potatoes, rice, beans. That's a mix. I mean, it's just whatever I have, I'll throw in. Dinner is usually veggies. Like I'll do a huge salad and I'll put more fruit in that, or we'll do like roasted veggies. We'll put veggies in our air fryer. I've done every other kind of weight loss thing, Weight Watchers, Atkins, all these things where you have to count everything, and I hated it. And I love what I eat. I have so much more energy. I don't take naps anymore. I have more energy. I've lost 40 pounds since doing this, so I feel great. Before I did this, my doctor wanted to put me on cholesterol medication. And I was like, no, I really, really don't want to. I'd like to try it with diet. And she was like, okay, I support that. And then after going just from the standard American diet to vegan, my cholesterol went down significantly. And then from doing the vegan to this plant-based, it went down even more. And she was really impressed with that. My A1C was in the like 6.3, 6.2. It was in a good range, but at a great sacrifice. It was never controlled. Like I said, it would be 300s, 30, 200s, 50. I mean, it was never a realistic good A1C. It was a lie. Where now I just went to my doctor and my A1C is 5.0. She was like, you're a type 1 diabetic with a non-diabetic's A1C. And she was like, you need to keep doing what you're doing. And I asked her, she goes, we'll see you in 3 months. And I said, can I see you maybe in 6 months? And she goes, any other patient, I would say no. She says, but you know what you're doing. You're controlled. I'll see you in 6 months. So that was a good report. I never thought it was possible because my entire life has been roller coaster numbers. My entire life, I was always going to the doctor going, am I going to have vision problems? Am I going to have kidney failure? Am I going to have a problem? Where now I don't feel like a walking time bomb. I feel in control. I feel I'm not perfect and I'm never going to be. That's just, life now. But I feel like I don't have a death sentence anymore. It's really, really good. I wish everybody could do this. I tell people what I'm doing and they're like, you're diabetic and you eat 400 grams of carbs a day. And I'm like, yeah. They're like, should you be doing that? I'm like, this is what's saving my life. I was like, not eating this stuff is going to kill me. I was like, I have to eat this. This is my medicine. And I have friends who are actually doing it now too. And they're losing weight and they're having huge success. And they were like, thank you for introducing me to this because I don't know what I would have done had I kept doing what I was doing. So I just feel on cloud nine for doing it. I love what I do, and I don't feel like I'm doing anything special. This is just my life now. It doesn't even look appealing anymore. It doesn't, I don't even look at it going, oh, I wish I could go in the ice cream aisle. I have banana and ice cream and love it. We make all kinds of awesome food. It doesn't even sound appealing anymore because I just remember how it made me feel, and it's just not worth it. Do it 100%. And I didn't question it when I did it. I was like, all right, what do I have to lose? I'm going to do this 100%. You want decision trees? Here's decision trees. You want me to cut back my fat? Okay, because I've seen the results of other people. I'm living it. I'm having amazing results. I would just say do it. Do it. Do the coaching program, because I tried to do without the coaching program, and I definitely had a setback. That constant support, constant access to the team, that's what helps me get through the tough times. So I would just say do it 100%, and you have nothing to lose. Like, I feel like we're eating the way that we're designed to eat. And this is the best thing you can ever do for yourself. And it's so simple. This is the first time in my life I don't feel guilty after I eat. This is the first time in my life I don't feel controlled by food. I mean, when you're 5 years old and diagnosed with diabetes, and all of a sudden you have to go to a nutritionist and count carbs, and you can't have this, you can't have that. I mean, that was no fun. And all growing up, should you be having this? Shouldn't you be eating this instead? And it just was always annoying, and always like food was the enemy. But then I would be depressed and I would run to food, and then it would just be this vicious cycle. And now I love what I eat. I love cooking, but it's not the main thing in my life anymore. I eat a great meal and I feel fantastic, and I move on with my day. It's not something that's hanging over me like, oh, should I have eaten that? Shouldn't I have done that? It's such freedom. I've never had this ever. Being healthy feels better than anything will ever taste. It's an awesome feeling. And to be one of those people now who experiences it and can say it, I'm like, that's awesome.